friends, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have some low angst recommendations, romance recommendations for you. I don't read very many low angst books. That's not really my jam, but these books I have come across that I feel are low angst. You could probably disagree with me and be correct. If you are looking for some low angst recommendations, I have some for you. So I guess the more apt title is Low Angst for an Angsty Bitch Recommendations. There you go. The first recommendation that I have for you is Hearts in Darkness. Now, I do think this ends in an HFN, a happy for now. I could be incorrect. If not, then it's not technically a romance, but this is a very short novella about two people who get stuck in an elevator together, and they kind of have to help each other through some of their phobias around being in this elevator. It is quick, it is smutty, and there is a continuation in the series that is also a novella, but this feels very low angst in regards to the relationship. There is some angst and heartache around their own personal lives, but the actual relationship itself, not that angsty. We then have Destinies Embrace by Beverly Jenkins. I think Beverly Jenkins is one of those historical romance authors that you go to if you just want a good time, if you just want to relax and enjoy a romance. That's her books, in my opinion. And this Destiny series is a perfect example of that. In this first one, we are following your hero who owns a farm, and his mother has decided that he needs some help. He needs a maid because he's so busy that he just doesn't take care of his own house. She hires the heroine, and they start off not really liking each other, but it's what I would consider a low angst enemies to lovers. Enemies to lovers aspect is dealt with pretty quickly. They get together very quickly, and it becomes more about like the family dynamic and some outside conflicts, and that's kind of how I feel about Beverly Jenkins in general. I could have put any of her books on this recommendation list and it would have been apt because she likes to focus more on external conflicts, and then the relationship between the hero and the heroine. Generally, they get together pretty quickly, they're in love pretty quickly, and then you're dealing with the external factors affecting their relationship or the town or whatever. So then we have Teach Me, and I'm not generally a like fluffy, traditionally published romance person, but this I really enjoyed. So this is about two teachers, and Olivia Dade generally, I'm pretty sure, writes older characters, and most of her heroines are plus sized. So hero is actually the father of one of her students, I think, and they're both teachers, and he comes to the school and he is kind of pushing her out of her position, while really the principal is pushing her out and replacing her with him. And so there is a little bit of angst there, but mostly this is kind of just like a sweet relationship between two mature adults who work together, and it's cute. We then have Love Scammed. Rilzy is probably my favorite non-dark romance author, and this one in particular is about two people who get tricked into going on a vacation together by their respective friends. The hero is much more interested in the heroine. He has asked her out several times, but she's very much one of those people that like doesn't feel like she has time for a relationship. And so she's always kind of brushed him aside, and their friends think that they would be great together, so they set them up, and the novella goes from there. Rilzy is unmatched in novella romances, in my opinion. They're always extremely sweet and extremely sexy. The chemistry between the couples are always fantastic, and she really makes them believable and real people in a pretty short amount of time where you just root for their relationship. This one is pretty low angst. They have the attraction to each other. There isn't really a push and pull between them too much, and it is sexy. And then we have No Room at the Inn, and this is a sapphic novella about two women who work at a hotel, and they end up getting snowed in, and they kind of find solace in each other through a dom-sub relationship. They have had a previous sort of relationship in that vein, but I don't believe have ever actually had sex. But this is kind of that exploration. Again, it's a short novella, good to read about around the Christmas time because they get snowed in and it is sexy. And then the last one that I have for you is The Duke of Daring, another historical romance. So this is about the heroine who actually disguises herself so that she can go to gambling dens to earn money for her destitute family, and the hero quickly figures her out and decides that he is going to help her and make sure that she stays safe in her endeavors. I think it's only a couple hundred pages and there is very little angst. I would definitely say the first one in this series is even more low angst than this one, but I preferred this one. And they are kind of just going through the streets, fighting their attraction for each other and hiding her true identity. It feels very low stakes, very low angst, and it's a perfect recommendation if you are looking for something that isn't going to give you a stomach ache if that's how you feel about angst. So those are all of the low angst romance recommendations that I have for you. Make sure you comment your thoughts down below on any of the books that I talked about. If you have read them, if you plan to read them, I would love to know, or just any recommendations that you have for me. I would certainly love to check them out. Other than that, I will catch you guys in my next one. Thanks so much for watching.